Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of Dragon Sports Live. I'm Dante Payne, your host today, as we got an exciting show for you today. It's about to go down. Second half of WNBA is hot and heavy, kicking up, and football preseason is getting a little competitive already. Trying to see people make the team, trying to, players trying to prove points. It's spots to get, spots to earn. NBA season's in the off season now, and everybody is happy, especially fans of the Bulls. So let's check it out. But without further ado, you know how we do our show. If you're new to the show, this is Dragon Sports Live. It's the show where we play music as well as we talk sports, chop it up, give our own opinions and what should be done, what we think should be done, and what could be done. That is Dragon Sports Live. So, without further ado, first up in our lineup, and all our music that you hear, you can find on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. It's more so, go and support these artists. That's the best way to do it, and that's how we gonna do it. We're going to do it that way. But anyways, good show for you today. But we're going to kick things off right. So we got Dayton back in the ring on Dragon Sports Live. Check it out.
Dayton, would you ever consider getting back into the ring? They must want to see it happen. So here we go. I don't care if I'm mentioned on your bogus list. I know they won't admit the poems that I wrote are just too hard for them to understand. These bars will go over kids' heads. They cannot decipher the message or decode my disc. For those of you who do not know the kid alone, this is a vocalist that focuses on composing the dopest scripts, making sure that every note is stitched and interwoven with the Holy Ghost Jehovah sent. I'm bold and no, I won't relent. The flow is lit like a stoker spliff in the smoker's lips. And cold as Nova Scotia is, these quotes are hit like Hogan's fist. Lyrically, I'm known to flip like the Hulk and rip. My foes the bitch when I approach us with ferociousness. Electrifying, it's like when the son of Odin lifts his hammer high in the sky so a couple lightning bolts can hit. And joke the tip, that is as high as my voltage is. The molten pits of lava ain't as hot, you will get roasted quick. You would think I wrote the spliff, took a tote and hit, but no, I'm the soberest lyricist that you know is just. With this pen, I'm a Jedi. It's like when Yoda lifts a boulder with his mind above your head. When I let go, you're squished. I got a bone to pick with these posers, I told them quit. Bounce like a pogo stick, homie, just hit the road and dip. Disappear, kinda like a hocus pocus trick. This was yours, but that's over with you and I cannot coexist. I'm aiming at your top, 50 cent shots quickly like the finger wrapped around the trigger on the Glock's itchy. Back in my day, your albums would've got frisbee. That trash would get ejected and thrown out at Mach 60. No, they would not diss me, cause they know who my clique be. We will make them chop mincemeat and we'll bake them hot crispy with the rhymes that these monsters ink. No, it's not Disney, it's Chico Wham and I rep till my coffin drops 6 feet. Now speaking of getting back into the ring, I brought somebody with me, and he's very familiar with the ring. It's just a different type of ring. Hey, Master Tarver, talk to him!
With hazardous vocabulary attacks and prepared to detach and bury your cast and leave your area thrash. A scary in fact, very impact of a busting flame. If you inquire what's my name, I'll take you there if you ask. I'm the Christian version of Kendrick working your central nervous system with verbiage vicious, disturbing mentally. Worship the Savior purged from the Virgin Mary. The way the worship carries inertia barely could work and preserve and carry. The earth is very flat and the surface barely overts and marries the word. Comparing the word, I'm fairly certain a bare research would disturb the narrative. I'm a verbal mercenary with words to carry a certain heritage. Rappers with gun bars, but really if they lack the ammunition, examine your plan of mission, then hand them a stand and listen, you wouldn't jump. When Nickelodeon, your clips in the cannon, when you fire, it sounds like a little pump. And rap is a part of me. Imagine you start to see the master, the God in me. The past isn't hard to see. I put the fake behind me, and I don't ever wanna look back at it. Cardi B, they do anything for the clout. The push is amazing. With dirt to these industry plants is pushing up daisies. There's too many snakes in the garden. I use mumble rappers to fertilize. When I verbalize, you get burned alive. These verses dispersed with work in the church, you get sermonized. Disturbing a certain serpent whose work churches commercialized. Came to the earth and burst in the curse so the earth would die. Savior to serve in pain and he came to the earth to die. Sacrifice in the afterlife till it's real godly. I spit like I'm Titanic. These rappers are Lil Yachty.
You know the Titanic sank, right?
With verbals you've never seen before. If I get hit, then I'm bleeding more. My blood will destroy anything you touch like a xenomorph. I guess I'm an alien to the scene cause I've seen it all. Rappers fresh to death and them Lazarus. Mumble rappers are zombies that killing y'all like it's cancerous. And it goes straight to the head. We're climbing over the walls like World War Z. Cause yo, CHH ain't dead.
Monster talk. Date. Let's go.
What up, Niz?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Dragon Sports Live. If you just heard that last song, that was by Dayton. And what you hear right now is a little instrumental by Nezero called Faceplant. But it's about to go down. Y'all like how I did that? Yes. It's about to go down here on Dragon Sports Live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another show. And it's about to go down because when I say it's going down, so Cole Hamels, who just recently signed with the Dodgers, he is going on a 60-day IL. The injury that he suffered was unspecified, but he literally, it's been like a week since he signed with the Dodgers, but now he's going on a 6-day IL. So maybe his time is coming to an end. It's coming to a close. Maybe it's time for him to hang it up or not. But depending on what that injury is, it's about that time. It's getting close to that time. He's been around the league for a while, but hey, you never know. But anyways, like I said, it's going down. It's a little crazy that even though he just got with the team, basically going on a 6-day IL, and when we find out the details of that injury, I will be sure to let you guys know. But we did have some returnees. So, Orioles rookie Ryan Mountcastle, he returns from the concussion list because he had suffered a concussion, I think it was a week or two back, where it was a collision. and he suffered a concussion, and now he's back. Padres are taking a chance to signing former Cub Jake Arrieta, who the Cubs released because of other former Cub Hugh Jarvis is on the IL. So they are taking their chances with Jake Arrieta. And yeah, it's about to go down. It's going down. Padres are in the running for wild card, I believe. Or actually, they might be in a seated spot now. I'll give y'all the standings in a second, though. But yes, Cubs signed Jake Arrieta, former Cub. He signed with the Padres. White Sox outfielder Adam Engel will be on the IL. He had information in his elbow, so he is heading to IL. And then Reds also put outfielder Jesse Walker on IL. And, Angels designated Adam Eatman after 25 games for assignment, plan to release him, and he's just recently acquired. I think it was a trade with the White Sox, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it was a trade with the White Sox. But, yeah, he's newly acquired after 25 games. He's been designated for a release or designated for assignment, whichever one y'all want to put it as. Either way, his release is coming. It's imminent. Nationals put right-hand pitcher Joe Ross on IL as well. And, it's critical when you need the pitchers, like when you lose pitchers, so it's critical. We do have the Little League World Series going on now, and Shohei Ohtani, who's the home runs leader right now currently with 40 home runs, he is decided like he's going to be an ambassador at the Angels Cleveland game, which is the Little League Classic. So he's going to be there, batting it up. And you got William Sport. That's also a perfect match. So let's see what goes on. That game comes on at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time this Sunday evening. So be sure you check that game out. I will. The game is on ESPN and ESPN2, so be sure to check it out. We had postponement in games, so Rangers Red Sox postponed over a tropical storm that happened, and Giannis purchased ownership stake in the Milwaukee Brewers, so he joins Pat Mahomes and a couple other players or current players to own stake in the team. Now I said current. Now I ain't talking about ex-players. Talking about current. Aaron Rodgers. So and the A's wanted a new stadium, so they continue ballpark plans in Oakland and Las Vegas. But I got a feeling people, like the fans, want them to stay in Oakland. But if they don't get the ballpark that they want, then you're going to lose out. They're going to end up in Las Vegas, which is like every team is going to Las Vegas. I don't know why. We got, I don't know why. Just move somewhere else. Stay in the Bay Area if you have to. The Field of Dreams sequel will feature the Cincinnati Reds and the Cubs in 2022. And y'all know Mike Trout, he's been frustrated, but he aims to return this season. He aims. He's got to work hard to return to this season. But that's what's going on as far as news-wise. Standing-wise, as far as baseball goes, we got the Tampa Bay Rays still standing first in the American League East, followed by the Yankees, and then the Boston Red Sox. The Central in American League, we got the White Sox followed by the Indians and then Detroit Tigers. American League West, Houston Astros, the Oakland Athletics, and then Seattle Mariners. Round up the top 3 over there. National League, we got the National League East, we got the Braves leading the way. Got a 5-game lead over the Phillies and a 7-game lead over the Mets. Then the Central, we got the Milwaukee Brewers sitting in first place right now. Second is the Cincinnati Reds, and then third is the St. Louis Cardinals. Cubs in that spot is sitting fourth. In the West, you got San Francisco Giants, followed by the Dodgers, and then the San Diego Padres in third. But speaking of Cubs is on a 12-game losing streak at home, and they had that many losses at home in a row since the 1900s. So that's a weird stat that you don't want. Like, sometimes stats, you get these weird stats, you don't want these weird stats to go south. Like, you don't want the negative stats. You want, but it can't be as bad as the Orioles, because the Orioles is on the 17-game losing streak. So, you're like, yes, we are losing, but we are losing more at home. Because the games we won been on the road, but 12-game losing streak at home. Not a good sign. Like, you're supposed to win more when you at home, not lose. So, really not a good sign, though. New York Yankees, on the other hand, is on a 9-game winning streak. And the Braves is on the 8-game winning streak. So, Braves is trying to keep that lead in the East, trying to keep that first place. While the Phillies and Mets is actually gaining up on them, but they trying to keep that lead. But that's all I have right now in the world of baseball, and as far as the news that I have been given. But we do have some games that's going on currently right now. So we got the Braves versus Orioles in the bottom of the first. Score is 0-0. Detroit Tigers and the Toronto Blue Jays, top of the first, with a runner on third in scoring position with 2 outs. And that's in the top of the first. Also, the Chicago White Sox taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. The Miami Marlins taking on Cincinnati. All these games are in the top of the first. Minnesota, New York Yankees game, that game was postponed due to weather, as well as the Texas and Boston game that was postponed as well. But if y'all miss any of these games, y'all can also always check these out via ESPN, NBC Sports, Fox Sports, or wherever you get your sports content from. But if you also missed this show, y'all can check this show out on youtube.com at DONPE1. Or you can check it out on Facebook Live, Dragon Jump Pro. But it's easy to go on YouTube because you'll find it right there. You can listen to it or you can watch it. And if you listen to it, make sure you pull it up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. And be sure to check out Dragon Sports Live. But like I said, we got some more music coming away. We have Damon Alexander dance freestyle coming up on Dragon Sports Live. So be sure to check it out. Like I said, any artists that I play, be sure to check them out on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, wherever you get your music. Be sure to check these artists out. Without further ado, here is Damon dance freestyle on Dragon Sports Live.
Can we get together and fuck the club up tonight? Can we stay forever and have us a good time? A good time, baby. Cause your body language talking is telling me to take it. And you know just how I get when I'm Hennessy wasted. The look up in your eyes, you wanted me to taste it. Whoa, yeah. Can we step out? Forget all the things came out their mouth. If you're locked down, I'ma bail out. If you got a man, hope you fail out. Oh, can we sail out? Need a Lamborghini fishtail out. Fuck their doubts. They ain't never gonna know our whereabouts. Oh. Look in my eyes, peak of the night, the peak of my life. Feel so familiar, we going live, be there tonight, see it tonight. We going live, we going up, drinking my cup, couple of sluts, they know what's up, they suck me up, I smoke alone, they interrupt, I've never gone, but it looks so familiar. We get together and fuck the club up tonight. It looks so familiar. Can we stay forever and have us a good time, baby? Can we get together and fuck the club up tonight? Girls keep dancing on, girls keep dancing on me. Girls keep dancing on, girls keep dancing on me. Girls keep dancing on, girls keep dancing on me. Girls keep dancing on.
The range, people telling me I change, not the change but the change, pulling up with the gang, shout out to my nigga Bang, 2018 on back row, pull up on the scene, no it ain't no swag on, nice so nice, yeah. Said the same nigga with the same goals, same goal. Why you niggas walking in with the same hoes? Used to work a 9 to 5, fuck the shit, I'd rather die. Chip, nigga, look alive. That's what my counselor said. All of the teachers that hate it, yeah. Look at me making more bread, yeah. Look at you looking upset, look at the diamonds I flex, Michael could switch up a set, fuck my leads, I percocet, my label cutting the check, 50s, 100s, nothing less. I've been giving them my best, now it's time for me to flex, I'm but the same to the bands went on, yeah. I'm but the same to the bands went on, I'm but the same, I'm but the same, I'm but the same to the bands went on, I'm but the same, I'm but the same, I'm but the same to the bands went on, I'm but the same, yeah, I'm but the same, I'm but the same to the bands went on, I'm but the same, I'm but the same, I'm but the same to the bands went on. Yeah, gang, look at the chains on my gang. Now look how far that we came. Never bragging it the same. Yeah, now my father looking down. I pray to God to make him proud. I still ain't get over his death, that's why I'm smoking loud. Every day, get the bag in any way I can. My mom said when I was young that I'ma be the man. I got a son, I gotta grind for, just understand. My life ain't yours, your life ain't mine. We was no different hands. When you hear that room, when you hear that skirt, just know I'm there. I done been around the block, I done been around the shops, I done been around the spots I'm here. Shout out my nigga BB, shout out my nigga Flazy. It's GVM in the building, I guess it flaming features. They know we got that either. Don't make me go back to the block, don't make me go back to the spot. Yeah, I know we got shit on lock. Niggas on my time is money, so the grind can't stop. Should've took everything they got. Number the same to the bands went up a while. Now I'm in the same. Now I'm in the same. Now I'm in the same, so the bands went up, oh, ah. Now I'm in the same. Now I'm in the same. Now I'm in the same, so the bands went up, oh, ah. Now I'm in the same, yeah, yeah. Now I'm in the same. Now I'm in the same, so the bands went up, oh, ah. Now I'm in the same, yeah. Now I'm in the same. Now I'm in the same, so the bands went up, oh, ah. Now I'm in the same, so the bands went up, oh, ah. Oh, ah. Now I'm in the same, now I'm in the same.
Welcome back to another edition of Dragon Sports Live. That last song that you just heard was Drama B, Toxic. And that is actually the perfect song to what I'm about to say. Because in the NFL right now, it's preseason. Now, I dropped a comment on my Facebook Live, Dragon Jump Pro, asking you guys, how do y'all like the preseason so far? And I've been watching preseason games, been watching a couple games here and there. I like it. Now, but when I look at the news part of it, there's been quite a many fights in there. And like I said, people are trying to get spots on the team. People are actually trying to get a spot on the 53-man roster as well as the 16-man practice squad spot too. So they're just trying to get teams to notice them, but at the same time, things can get a little hectic. Competition, look, most men take competition to the head, so they can get a little out of hand at times. And the reason I'm saying that, because it's been quite a few fights. You start with the Bills, who had the brawl, Daniel Jones. The Giants, my bad. Where you had Daniel Jones at the bottom of a dog pile. Okay, that's, within team. Then the Panthers had that. You even had dirty hits on players in practice where it caused a player to get waived and a player to get hurt. So, Inkby, he was released by the Panthers, But then you also had brawls. You had a couple brawls. So the Browns was part of one brawl, and then you have the Raiders and Rams in part of a brawl who actually go against each other in the next preseason game. But when those brawls happen, practice basically cease to an end, tell the team to go back to the bus. It's going to be, so come game day, it's going to be a whole different vibe, because if y'all brawled out in the joint practices, oh yeah, that preseason is going to get real. Whatever got real is Trubisky actually showing the Bears they should have kept him, because he torched the Bears in week 2, because we're in week 2 of preseason right now. Literally torched the Bears. And I was just like, oh, all right. He threw for 222 yards. He was 20 of 22 as far as completions. And yeah, I didn't like it. Like, I like Trubisky. Don't get me wrong. I want, Tariq Cohen was one of those people who said, hey, don't boo Trubisky, because like you said, it wasn't his fault he got traded. It was a decision that the organization made, but Trubisky was showing you why he's still good. Like, that's my backup now. I probably would have been a little bit more confident with him as my backup than Foles. I'm just saying. But I think a lot of the fans are saying that too. They would have been a lot comfortable with him, because in 2 of his 4 years that he was with the team, he took them to the playoffs twice. So I would have been more comfortable with Trubisky than Foles. I'm sorry, Foles is more of a Cinderella person. He basically, you can't start him, or you got to let him come in the game and be able to finish the game that way and save the game that way. Other than that, you try to start him for a whole game, you probably going to be out of luck and you probably going to miss out on something. So with him, no, you got to let him come in the game or let him start part way, but don't let him start the whole game. Mix it up. Or if you have to, mix it up. Change the quarterback every other series. You never know what could happen. I yet to see a coach do that. If they change it, let's say they go 5 series with that one quarterback and then they switch it up. I think that would work if you have 2 versatile quarterbacks. So, like, for example, Taysom Hill and Winston. If you had them 2, Hill and Winston, then, yeah, I can see that because one is more of a all-around guy and one has a good arm. So, with those 2, yeah, I can see that happening. But not with the Bears situation. You got Andy Dalton and Nick Foles. So, Andy Dalton is already told to be the week 1 starter. But Justin Fields is looking great. Each time I watch this preseason game, I see stats better and better, and he continues to progress as he plays each game, as he gets more comfortable with what's going on. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing from there. And, you know, big ups to him. We got the Browns playing off today, as well as a couple other teams. Also, Bengals signed defensive end Noah Spence. They signed him, just picked him up. And yeah, it's going down like that. It's going down. Falcons are the first team with 100% vaccinated. Yeah, they're the first 100% vaccinated team. And Patrick Mahomes is getting ready and set to release his signature shoe. So I'm waiting to see those and check those out. Ex-QB, or I should say retired QB, Alex Smith, who basically made the comeback of a lifetime, who came back to play last season. And then retired at the end of the season. He's going to be joining ESPN as an analysis. So welcome to the ESPN family, Alex Smith. Hopefully I can join ESPN as well. And that's one thing I can say is never give up on your goals. You keep striding, you keep gaining, and you keep going forward. But never give up on your goals. Because especially in this field, the broadcast field, sometimes it takes a while and sometimes it's real quick. But you never give up. And just keep striding, keep moving forward. And that's the best way to do it. Bucks Wade, former Navy cornerback Cameron McKinney, even though he basically had got the green light to be able to play for the Bucks, but they ended up waiving him. So it's like he went through all that work, but he may still get picked up by a team because it is teams that needs cornerback. So he might be able to still play. If not, he's gonna go back to the Navy and serve the country and do what he does best. But either way, hope for the best for him. But you got to keep it moving. Bears signed offensive tackle Jason Peters to that, and then running back Deion Lewis announced his retirement. Just recently announced his retirement. He was with the Patriots and then a couple other teams, but most likely I remember him with the Patriots. You know, my secondary team. Jaguars released tight end Tim Tebow. He was released, so the Tebow comeback or the tight end project for Tebow came to a close. So let's see what his next step would be. And then Watson is absent again from practice. Well, he's not technically absent. He's there. They just not letting him really practice. Unless he's dealing with stuff with the lawsuits that he's facing, then that could be a reason why he's missing practice. But he's there. He's just not really practicing. So And he requested a trade, so he still wants to be traded too as well. 49ers cut quarterback Josh Rosen, who was a former 10th overall pick. They cut him. His struggle is due to the fact that his struggles throughout training camp. Like, they had signed him last year, and now they're cutting him because, like I said, struggled through that. But you also got Trey Lance as well, so it's like, and Jimmy G, and what's that? Heineke, I think. No, that's the Washington football team. But you got another decent quarterback who showed well while Jimmy G was out with that leg injury from last year. So big ups to that. Now the Seahawks give Jamal Adams a 4-year extension worth $72 million, making him the highest paid safety in the NFL. So he just got paid, and he's staying with the Seahawks for 4 more years. And I think that was a good move on the Seahawks, because he's been, since he left the Jets, he's been balling. He's been doing his thing. I would did the same thing. But that's what's happening right now. If y'all watching preseason football, you got Cleveland and New York Giants. They are tied 7-7 with Cleveland getting the ball. And then Falcons, McCarron, he had injured his knee, and he has an MRI scheduled, but it didn't look too good during that game. I watched that game, so yeah. And then we wants to know, well, a lot of the Cowboys fans wants to know who's going to be the number 2 quarterback for the Cowboys. We already know that is number 1, but who's going to be number 2? Would it be Cooper Rush or Blaine Gabbert? They're going head to head and both looking pretty well. So don't know who will be the number 2. Ravens notched their 19th straight preseason win. That's what's up for the Ravens. And Roethlisberger, he shines in the Steelers' new offense. He threw 2 touchdowns, showing off the classic vintage Roethlisberger with the pump fake. And yeah, it was a dog fight with that though. But in all actuality, like he looked it good. And then y'all know my Patriots demolished the Eagles 35-0 in preseason camp, threw for a touchdown. He just been more decisive, and he's just showing you that he can be decisive and he can make the right plays at the right time. So keep watching for football. Right now, we're going to be heading into week 3. Yeah, we're going to be heading to week 3 where we got Chicago taking on Tennessee, who has not lost yet in this preseason. They're currently sitting at 2-0. And then in New England versus the New York Giants. And then Indianapolis Colts versus the Detroit Lions. Followed by Pittsburgh versus Carolina Panthers. Now, the Panthers are struggling right now all in this preseason. They are 0-2, but they'll take on the 3-0 Steelers. But I do believe they play later on today, too, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, wait. They did play. They already played. They played against the Baltimore Ravens, who they lost to 20-3 in preseason. But like I said, preseason is more for if you're trying to make a spot on the team, make some slight improvements to the lineup if you need to, like some adjustments as far as plays and what plays that will work, what plays shouldn't work, and vice versa. But that's what is happening in the WNBA now. So we got some more music coming up on the way we got Mouthpiece with a song called New Time. So check it out. Here on Dragon Sports Live. And if you just tuning in, you can catch Dragon Sports Live on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or whatever you get your podcast. So be sure to check it out. And if you would like to watch it, you can watch it on YouTube.com. But this is Mouthpiece, A New Time. Check it out on Dragon Sports Live.
All our friends who are watching out there on the live stream, Shana Tova. You know, I'm so excited. This is the start of the new year, 5780.
I still got love for this music, still got love for my brothers. But God is first, don't confuse it. I put nothing above him. Just want to show him I love him, obey him and trust him. So when he tell me it's a rap, won't complain about nothing. I gave my heart to this art for nearly 20 years. I reminisce of my start, had barely any gear. A PC, a cheap condenser mic, still was hype. Sound was whack, but still were right. You couldn't tell me nothing twice. Yeah, thought I was dope with the quotes. Either or, I was stoked, cause the goal was give them hope. And I did, ask my rib a room away from the baby's crib. You can hear me when I pop message. This is more than your profession. Some of y'all better start confessing and sever some connections. I can tell by what's reflected. Your affections ain't with God, and you don't want that lesson. Cause this chastisement can feel like a curse instead of a blessing. This that real. If I don't tell the truth, then I don't love you. Know the message is the messenger first. So I ain't above you, want that real thing back. Devil out here trying to slug you. Brother mouth just trying to tug you. For that dirt is sitting above you. Those with ears. Yeah. This the master's heart, I hope you hear. Huh? Too long we played the back, come up from real and recognize this is our year.
5780 is the decade of the pay. Say decade of the pay. The pay is connected to redemption out of Egypt. Say it's time to come out of Egypt.
Everything I imagine is coming to pass. Just consider my past collateral damage. It was never meant to harm me, rather warm me. Like when no girl had me believing she was a mommy. Had me playing daddy, I'll admit she had me. Had a baby shower with no baby, just stealing from family. She apologized later and I couldn't hate her. Probably karma, that's what I get for trying to be a player. I found some paper and started venting. I lost a lot, my words became loss prevention. I studied Job, you never truly know God's intention. It's ironic, I kicked out of college just to learn to pay attention. Be intricate, be more interested in the simple gifts. Write your visions and keep them all in a paper clip. Seek God, keep your faith and eat potato chips. Fold your paper plane, close your eyes and take a trip.
I feel like today might be the day I fly my paper plane. And I wrote down everything I'm believing for. Oh, and I sent it off on my paper plane. I got my faith on suit and tie. I brought my best, I win this time. I made up my mind, this is my paper plane. Paper plane.
This is my letter to Cruella DeVille. I chose my spots carefully. You dressing to kill. Like that time we was gonna hit a lick, I told him chill. You the only blood in the room, the rest of them crip. I'm in the middle, all I remember is the pistol. I never heard the bang, but I seen him pull the trigger. My expiration date is unofficial. I must be on assignment. There's gotta be a future in my crystal. It's looking bright. I studied my own life, learned up in my own class. I'm the only one on this flight, not by might or power, but the spirit that is ours to keep covered. Keep an umbrella during these showers. Get full of the word and wait before you swim at least an hour. Looking back at everything, the concrete grew a flower. I made it when there wasn't even good ground around us. Make you a paper plane, then be careful of the towers. Wait.
I feel like today might be the day I fly my paper plane. And I wrote down everything I'm believing for. Oh,
I've been chasing after dollar signs. I'm just trying to make my mama smile. I've been looking for a win. When we gon' win? I've been looking for a win. When we gon' win? Yeah.
Hey, look, hey, where the win at? Hey, where the win at? The weather been bad. I'm hoping it clears up and get back to back to sunshine. I had some rainy days, and I don't wanna see my motivation fade away. I'm sending prayers up high each and every day, and it's still like I'm on the treadmill working, but my bread still hurting and my head still hurting. Relieve that, I need that, believe that. I got daughters that's counting on me. I'm talking like 10 fingers. Somebody close talking about me. I'm talking my ears ringing. I'm judging me like Brinkley been judging me. What good is it to have all this potential that doesn't peak? It's hard to sleep knowing that you capable. Escaping the escapable is mandatory. Stop ignoring signs, give the man some glory through the good and through the bad. You can write your story in the concrete when it's a shot. Shoot it like you Ori, never hesitate, only elevate. And look them troubles in the face and tell them not today. Yeah. I see a dub round the corner. My true divine self, I'm stepping in. Then I'm on the high I ain't never been. You know I spend a lot of time just developing. Focused on me and I ain't meddling. We headed to the top and I ain't settling. Shed blood, sweat, shed tears, what's the equity? Getting out exactly what you give, that's the recipe. And never let the BS get the best of me. Prayers from my mama, nothing weak by SWV. Sisters with voices cover you, anointed with peace. And how we say it, if you know, you know. So I guess you know, and if you don't, you don't. If you don't search, then I guess you won't.
I've been chasing after dollar signs. I'm just trying to make my mama smile. I've been looking for a win. When we gon' win? I've been looking for a win. When we gon' win? Yeah.
Lately I've been feeling out of place. What used to be a marathon is feeling like a race. Struggling with fate, got me speeding up my pace. I'm just trying to elevate, they want me jogging in place. Losing weight off my waist, they wondering if I ate. My response is I'm straight if my family got a plate. Every day I'm alive, I gotta appreciate. Utilizing my time, been learning to delegate. Watching out for the enemy, slicker than Pennzoil. But even under fire, I'm cooler than 10 for you. Looking like a star in the moment, so they adore you. Until that star crashes like comets, then they ignore you. Man, gotta have a foundation. It don't matter how high you get, cause the ground's waiting. Just gotta move calculated. It's educated execution, opportunity means preparation. So what's the final destination? Giving my all until we ball minus the perspiration. Thinking back, I was slacking with my motivation until I added some focus to my determination. They talk to God like, you said this mine, right? Ain't even have to sell my soul and got the limelight. My brothers told me I'ma get it when the time's right. This food for thought, just something to feed your mind right. And keep your spirits high, like you condensate. Dreaming about them clouds like I'm sleeping on a plane. I used to want the fame, now I'm switching up my aim. Was acting out of pain, I don't wanna lose a game. Was dealing with the strain. I ain't know where I was going, man. But now I see them pearly gates. That's just something that I gotta take.
Dollar signs. I'm just trying to make my mama smile. I've been looking for a win. When we gon' win? I've been looking for a win. When we gon' win?
Yeah.
I
got a question. Are you really what you talk about? Just a figure of your imagination, huh? Praying for bigger and better, but still in a bucket of craps that you came with. This is what I know about us, what don't kill us. We supposed to grow out of and not into something else that I don't love. I was them, so I don't judge. Ain't got the room for it. Open the door to the price of fame. Where you brutally murder, where you trying to change. But people want heaven outside of God. That's self-explanatory, we don't mind the rage. Look, chin up, rock, no time to hurt. You seeking love in a cutthroat line of work. Firstborn from both parents, now what you gonna do? Keep proving your generation is cursed. Parading around like the hearse ain't real, you better wake up. If you ain't trying to help us, then you taking space up. Goodness gracious, they asked for 40 acres in a mule. All I need is the fuel to get my cake up. Not to be rich so I can throw it in your face. To get a platform, boy, so you can do the same thing. Stop chasing what's already yours. Okay, Rome wasn't built in a day. Everything that must come up, must come.
welcome back to another edition of Dragon Sports Live. That last song you just heard was Reggie Rock song, and that song is called Win. So, if y'all haven't heard, if y'all missed out on anything from here, my name is Dante Payne, but you can catch this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcast. You can even catch it on YouTube. Google Dragon Jump Productions, and you shall find what you're looking for. Or Google Dragon Jump Pro or Dragon Sports Live, and you shall find what you're looking for. Or if you just want to go to YouTube, just type in DONPE1, and that's the exact YouTube name, the YouTube page. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the page as well if you haven't done so already. But we gotta win. And then be sure to check out all the artists that I have played here on my sports podcast. Be sure to support them. Be sure to send them, send them support. Let them know how you like the song. Let them know how you feel. Like, I like the music that I have and I play, because it's more about the artists, and we supporting each other, and that's how we roll. That's how we flow with it. You did. But anyways, NBA offseason. So, watch I say, let's start like this. NBA preseason, which is summer league, just wrapped up and came to an end, and that team that ended up winning it all is the Sacramento Kings. They kind of destroyed my Boston Celtics summer league team, but to claim their second, their second summer league title. So, Celtics, and guess who's on that Sacramento Kings team for the summer league? It's the youngest brother, the youngest Antetokounmpo, Alex. So, by him catching the summer league championship, that makes all four of the brothers champions. That makes Kophis, he got a championship with the Lakers. Thanasis and Giannis got one with the Bucks. Now, Alex, he has one with the Sacramento Kings in the summer league. So, congratulations to that. All four of the Giannis's, all the Antetokounmpos have some type of championship. So, if we have four in the NBA, that's going to be lovely. But it is what it is. Now, on the other side, LiAngelo Ball was making promises. Maybe he'll end up with another two-way contract or on the roster as a role player coming off the bench. But he was looking good in the summer league, playing with the Charlotte Hornets summer league team. But he's trying to impress. But he was looking really good. Like he just had a newfound thing. He was playing defense. He was shooting. He was looking good. So I'll be surprised if I see him on somebody's team as a role player. Eventually, he'll probably start. He definitely start in the G League for sure. Definitely, in my opinion on that. But we shall see. So, two things. My Celtics, even though we lost summer league, but that just preparing us for the regular season. Peyton Pritchard looked good. Our Nassif looked good. All of our players, our first year and second year players, looked good. But Celtics are giving Marcus Smart a 4-year deal worth $77 million. So they keeping him for 4 more years. And then they also plan on to retire Kevin Garnett's jersey March 13th in the upcoming season. Pelicans give Josh Hart a 3-year deal. Now, I'll give y'all more details of that deal when it comes to. When I get more information about it, I'll give you the information of that deal. But they giving him a 3-year extension. Clippers trade Patrick Beverly and Rondo and Daniel Oturu for Eric Bledsoe from the Grizzlies. But then the Grizzlies traded Patrick Beverly to the Wolves for Jared Culver and Honcho Human Gomez. So the man literally got traded twice within not even 24 hours of each other. But he's now the Grizzlies. Or I should say he's now the Wolf. Rondo is still with the Grizzlies, and I believe this is his second stint with the Grizzlies because the first time he got traded, he didn't really play, and he ended up getting a buyout, if I'm not mistaken, or ended up getting a trade. But we shall see how it goes for him there. You know, I guess he'd be the veteran voice because everybody else on the Grizzlies is younger. So he'll be like the veteran voice for Rondo purposes. And we'll see what happens there. 76ers signed, or they give Joel Embiid a 4-year extension worth $196 million extension. So what does that mean for Ben Simmons? Ben Simmons hasn't got anything. A trade may still happen for Ben Simmons or not. But I know Ben Simmons has been working all summer. Like literally, he's been working all summer. Working on jump shot. Like he skipped going to the Olympics so he can work on his jump shot, getting better. So I know that he's put in that work. So we shall see how that goes and what's going down. Pistons signed forward center Luka Garza and Chris Smith to two-way contracts. Like, Luka Garza is a big man who can expand out and stretch the floor. He can shoot. He can grab boards. He can also go down low and bang down low. That's a good pickup. It's also a good draft pick by them. I just was surprised that he went so late in the draft. Like, he was like the 49th pick in the second round. So I was just surprised that he went so late, but it's also because he also stayed all 4 years of school. He could have came out a little bit early. He probably would have went higher, but the draft process is a little weird process. And then y'all know Kemba is now, he ready for his rebound with the New York Knicks. Him and Evan Fournier, who's on the Celtics team together, both are in New York, and he's just like, I'm home. This my home city. This my hometown, but I'm here. So he ready for a bounce back season, showing that knee is not bothering him. And then Australian Jock Landale signs with San Antonio Spurs, who is also a former teammate Patty Mills used to play for, but who's now a Brooklyn Net. So he's going to the Spurs. On that, yeah, he going to the Spurs. He going to go chill over there. He's going to go do his thing. Mavericks hiring two-time WNBA champion Christy Toller as assistant coach. So that's what's up. Former NBA guard Jason Terry is finalizing the deal to become head coach of G League's Grand Rapids Gold team. So that's also what's cracking. Diallo returns to Detroit Pistons on a 2-year deal worth $10.4 million. And David Stern, Tamika Cash, and Swim Cash are among the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame inductees. So let's check that out. And I can't wait. Definitely can't wait to check that out. I'm just thinking about random thought, but when KG will have two of his, because I think the Wolves retired at 21. Now their Celtics retiring as number 5. Now that's what's up. Now the NBA season did drop its new schedule for the 21-22 season. So I'm looking forward to that. And we have all-star point guards Russell Westbrook, Kyle Lowry, and Kemba Walker highlight the night's full schedule release afternoon. Westbrook will head back to Washington with the Los Angeles Lakers in March 19th, while Lowry will return to Toronto for the first time with the Heat on February 3rd. And then Walker and Fourier will make their return to Boston December 18th. So we're going to check that out. It's going to be a 7-night throughout the season. So Golden State will travel to Philadelphia to take on Embiid and the Sixers December 11th, while Brooklyn Nets Kevin Durant will go back to Golden State to face the Warriors for the first time with fans in attendance January 29th. So I am excited. Nets open with the NBA's highest season win total. So it's going to be a good season. Also, Robert Williams III, he signs an extension too as well. He gets a 3-year deal, which I also forgot to mention. But yeah, he gets a 3-year deal. He's staying with the Celtics. So it's going to be a good season. And, you know, Hall of Famer Ray Allen takes a basketball coaching job at a Miami prep school. So he's basically taking the job as director of boys and girls basketball at Miami's Gulliver Prep. So I'm looking to see that because, you know, Allen was part of the NBA championship winning team in 2008 and in Miami in 2013. And he's still the career leader in 3 points made with 2,973, 141 more than Golden State Steph Curry. So Steph Curry is chasing that record. Gulliver has about 222 students from pre-kindergarten through 12th grade. So that's what's up. But yeah, I like when I see former players end up taking coaching gigs. It makes it all the worthwhile. And it makes it show that, like, your hard work is appreciated. So I really love when I see that going on. Like, really love that when I see that's going on. In the WNBA, we got Ella Don. Elena Del Don will probably be making her 2021 debut this Sunday. Back from her back surgeries that she suffered. They play against the Seattle Storm later on today. And that game comes on ESPN at 2 Central. We also have the LA Spark versus New York Liberty. But she will most likely be making her debut this Sunday. So let's check it out. Storm will visit the White House to celebrate their WNBA title. And we'll check it out more. But until then, check out Dragon Sports Live on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart Radio, or whatever you get your podcast. And also, be sure to stop by YouTube, DONPE1 on YouTube, and subscribe, like, comment, and check out the video if you want to see the video for Dragon Sports Live. But until then, I will be signing off. Catch you on the next show. But don't forget to drop comments and subscribe. You have been listening to Dragon Sports Live. Deuces is how I'm going to say it. Deuces.